What's the significance behind having a good appraisal?
Oh, excellent question. The appraisal is basically a bank-ordered document, usually a bank-ordered, that is a third party that then tries to put a value on the property. Now, the reason it's a third party is they're not interested in the transaction. They don't get a commission from the transaction. They're not the seller, and they're not the buyer. So they have no emotional attachment to the property. And in theory, they'll come in and they're professionally trained and have to be licensed, and they will put an assessment on that property based on the income it generates, based on the cost to replace it, based on what it really is in the neighborhood that it is, based on comps. And the idea is then they come up with a best estimate for what it would be worth. From the bank's perspective, they're saying, well, if this guy walks, can we sell and cover our loan? That's effectively what the appraiser is answering for the bank. From your perspective as a buyer, same kind of thing. Am I paying the right price for this property? If you're buying a property for $1 million and the appraiser comes back and says, it's only worth $800,000, I can't make it go, your first reaction should not be to fight him. Your first reaction should be, wow, I gotta really look at this and make sure I'm willing to pay $1 million for a property that they're telling me, a professional is telling me, is only worth $800,000. So it's really that person that in theory is just professionally valuing the property as a disinterested third party.
And he gets that price based, I should say, not he, but the appraiser gets that information based on comps and just his experience with the property. And
yeah, they usually do three approaches. Income approach is where they actually look at an investment property, where they actually look at the numbers of the property, how many units it's got, what's the gross rent, what's the expected expenses, and then how much would an investor expect to return, like a 10% cap rate, and they calculate it out like that. They also then do like in a replacement method, where they look at if I had to build this today, what would it cost? And they kind of figure that out. And then they back in deferral or kind of a depreciation schedule based on how many years it's been in place. And then the third thing is kind of the comps, where they're saying, what's the neighborhood selling for? And then there's just kind of a voodoo magic that comes into play where they figure out which one seems to make the most sense. It's kind of an art. And that's why there's a lot of, I don't know if to say the word controversy, but I'll use it but I'll say controversy in terms of, are appraisals really that valuable to the transaction? Because it comes down to the guy looking at it saying, well, this one seems to put the most weight on what really is the case for this property, so we'll go with this valuation. So they go through all the numbers to just try to get it in the ballpark, and then they try to take the best guess, kind of how they do it.